I would like to share with you a project that I built, anyone can build, to solve the problem of how to work underneath a heavy truck. We're talking 15,000 pounds. I looked at lifts, and none of them either that were affordable had the weight capacity, 15,000 pounds, or the wheelbase capacity. This is 183 inches, 15 and some odd feet between the front and rear axles. So I had to come up with something that would solve that problem. And when you get older and your back isn't what it used to be, crawling underneath to work on an exhaust, drop fuel tanks, even the drive shaft here is over 100 pounds, 4 universal joints, 2 carrier bearings. It's just really tough when you're by yourself and on your back. So let's take a look at what I came up with that's worked out pretty nice, and if it's useful for someone else that works on trucks, let's take a look. And here's a quick look before we use it for the first time. And here we go, the very first roll up to the top. I have my spotter making sure I stay nice and centered. Those cross members are there just for loading. I pop those off after we're up at the top. But we're taking it nice and slow, making sure everything is steady. And we were very surprised to see that it was rock solid, no tipping or any adverse effects like that. And of course, here's our test coming down for the first time. We can go up or down in either direction simply by moving those aluminum ramps. We'll take a look at those a little bit closer. But all in all, it was a success the first time. There are really only 2 major components used in building this ramp setup. It's the aluminum ramps. All 4 of these are identical, and I'll show a picture of the model number. I got them on Amazon. They're made locally, or made in the US anyway, if that's local for you. And then the other major material is 2x12s. Normal, standard 2x12 wood stock. Mine are 6 feet long. I screwed them together, and we'll talk about those little triangle supports, and we'll also talk about the little wheel casters at the bottom. One of the objectives of this ramp was to make sure it was portable or mobile, easy to move from inside the shop to outside or wherever. So the aluminum ramps are about 60 pounds a piece, so that's very easy for one person to move. The problem are these 500-pound piers, which are the stack of 2x12 lumbers. Each one weighs 500 pounds. But with these casters, and you can get these on Amazon, these are the type that you push the lever down with your foot, and that raises that corner up just by about a 1/4 inch. So those piers roll very nicely when they're engaged anywhere you want. And then using the horizontal pieces of lumber going across, you separate these piers by the exact distance that you cut those horizontal members, and you match that up with the track of your vehicle so that your tires roll right down the center. And then these horizontal cross members can be quickly and easily removed once your vehicle is up in place, as they are no longer needed. They do hold the 2 piers stable together, but certainly when you're working on the vehicle, they're not needed. And later we can talk about those triangular wooden pieces on the outside that add some stability, though I find that they're actually optional. I was just simply experimenting. Notice the clearance I have. I have 2 feet that I've lifted the vehicle off the ground, and you control that by the number of 2x12 planks you put in each of your piers. But I have also removed the horizontal lumber from left to right between the piers, and I've also removed the aluminum ramp from front to rear, and that allows me to get full access anywhere under the vehicle. It was very stable, no problems. It is a real joy now to work underneath this truck. And of course, removing these and putting them back in place is as easy as lifting them off and replacing them when you're going to roll the vehicle down the ramp when you're done. And notice even your dualies in the rear, that's fine. That gives you even more margin of error because as long as one tire is on, you are all set. Notice that the limit you can run into, look at my large wheelbase. That means that the bottom of the truck may touch. Now I designed this so it wouldn't, but that's why you have a finite limit on how high you can make this ramp, because it's based on you making that turn on the way down and possibly contacting your vehicle. So the more clearance, the better, obviously. And here I'm showing how the metal ramps attach to the piers. They simply set on top of a simple cutout I made, and here's the other side. And of course the ramps can't go anywhere because they're captured by the wooden planks. And no, I'm not holding up the differential with a bar stool, but I was removing a rear gas tank, and all of that clearance sure makes life wonderful compared to 4 or 5 inches and on your back. Just a brief comment on those triangular supports. I put those on hinges. They actually fold in when not in use, and the idea was to add additional stability. Turns out it's pretty hard to tip those planks over because of their mass, and I'm not sure those triangles are really required, but peace of mind and just an experiment, I still have them on there, but that's kind of up to you. I'm not an engineer. I played one on TV, but that's not the same thing. So what did all of this cost? Well, basically, it was lumber, about $500 from the local Home Depot, and those were 2 by 12 by 12 feet. I cut them all in half, so I got a whole bunch of 6-footers, and you basically are going to stack them together and screw them together. I put 4 screws into each plank into the one below them using good construction screws, so that holds them very tight together. And of course the 4 dollies at each corner, you can see them here. Those are the type you step on and it lifts it up, because believe me, once you have screwed together 15 2 by 12 by 6 foot longs, you aren't going to move them very easily, 500 pounds. And then the other expense is in the ramps. 4 of these ramps will set you back about $1,500. Again, I got them from Amazon. E-Trailer carried them for a while, but then they stopped. I'm not sure what the problem was there, but Amazon delivered them for free, and boy, are they nice. Aluminum and not going to rust or corrode. And by the way, I have the pair that's good for 10,000 pounds. They make another pair, I believe, goes up to 14,000 pounds. I only have one axle on these at a time. Remember, I have a 15-foot wheelbase, and these are only, I think, 10 feet long, so I'll never have 2 axles on them. So the 10,000 pounds for me was more than enough, but like I say, they go up to 14,000 pounds, I believe, for a little more money. And that's it for my ramp. I'm happy with it. And obviously, the nicest part about it is, as you look at this picture, you know that the width from left to right, the track of your vehicle, can be adjusted by anything you want. You just move the piers closer or further apart. And as far as your wheelbase, you need to determine how long you want to make your piers, or where the tires will sit once you get up there. So that's all adjustable for various types of vehicles. And the height isn't that easy. That's controlled by the number of planks that you put together in each of the piers. And if you use screws, you can use your screw gun and take a whole bunch of them apart to make it not so high, or add some more to the top to make them higher. So it's a very flexible system using easy to obtain material, which is basically 2 by 12s, which, by the way, are only 11 inches wide. That's a lumber thing. And then your ramps. So that's it. Good luck and have fun.